Aida did not even give us a long countdown for this one. Hello, everybody. Finale's going on, folks. We are here. We are here. We are here for what is going to be an amazing conflict, I'm certain, between our final boss in this series and our fantastic group of Umbra residents. But hello there. If you have no idea what I've been talking about for the past couple of seconds, I will explain it. This is Seekers of the Heart, an Aether RPG campaign we've been having here on Horde of Tales. I am your fantastic GMs, otherwise self-dubbed Shadow Weaver, who has been facilitating this story and this whole game for this wonderful group of players for the past 7 weeks. And now we reach week 8 of our finale. Oh my God, I am so excited for this fight. I started this fight 2 weeks ago and I've even added more stuff as of like this Monday. So I'm so excited for this. Yeah, fear, all of you, fear me. But before we get into the propagation of fear, I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, character, player, pronouns, character, pronouns, and then do quick recap, and then we're going to get into it. So First off, we start, as always, with Hector.
Hi, I'm Hector Marron Reyes. I play Esper, the first guardian of the Sun Gardens, and my pronouns are he, they, and Esper's pronouns are he, him.
We passed it on over to the embodiments of chaos and bisexual joy that is our own Jenna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jenna, and I am playing Lysandra. Both of us go by she, her, and I hope you are all really prepared for me to pull some really chaotic bullshit today. So.
we would not have it any other way. Moving on over to the player who has embodied the best of Rocky Boys that has ever existed, our own Nick.
Hello there, I'm Nikki, he, they, and I will be playing Sonorum, they, them, our resident rock boy.
Next up, the incomparable, the wonderful, the melodious voiced Kestrel.
Hello, I'm Kestrel. I use she, they pronouns, and tonight is my final act as Mother Mercy, who's a she, her pronouns.
And of course, the amazing, the hot, the wonderful, the best dragon boy that ever existed, our own Caro.
Hey, I'm Caro, pronouns she, they, and I'm going to play for the last time today, Jewel, he, they.
So everybody, let's get into this quick recap and content warnings for folks. We have had a lot of different themes. If you are someone who's just tuning in for the first time to the finale, thank you. It's the finale of a series and you're tuning in. Great. Thank you for being here. It makes me so happy to have anybody here, really. But if you're on the VOD and you're wondering like, okay, what other cool stuff has happened in this series? Going back through it, there have been different elements of insectoid aesthetics and very Hollow Knight inspired kind of locales, which includes a lot of, overgrown ruins and those kinds of things. It can have appearance of funguses and fungi rather, and a bunch of other things like that. There have been dynamics of very toxic relationships and a lot of misogyny, whether directly implied or whether directly stated or implied. It has happened a lot with Lysandra's character, to the point where Lysandra is not the name that she was using throughout most of this campaign. She is actually using a different name, but she has reclaimed her selfhood in character, and it's we love to see it, everybody. We love to see reclamation of selfhood. It's good. But there have been a lot of different themes that touch on some kind of toxic elements about relationships, memory loss, the kind of grief and mourning that will very much come up in this, depending on how things go. So if you are not prepared to engage with that kind of material, by all means, please step away. We bear you no ill will. No series, no game is ever worth sacrificing your mental health and well-being for. All of that out of the way, recap, folks. Our group, our fantastic group of 5 magnificent personalities, disparate though their interests, morals, and perspectives on the world of moving through this world of Umbra, the subterranean mountains said to be also dubbed the World Shadow, came together in the very depths of the mountain in the place known only as the Hearth, given the task to take on the role that mysteriously fell by the wayside for reasons people could not understand or did not know, to rise up to the mountain with the fractured elements they've each been given of the Heartstone, to take it to the summit, refill it with solar energy in its proper place, and then bring it back to the hearth in order to rejuvenate the life force of the mountain. This group has been through a lot, whether it's involved literal restoration of the body they used to have, a recovery of the memories of them being actually someone who hid the information of a terrible resource that could cause much harm to everyone in the mountain, to being a defender and guardian for their home lair and promising to stop this no matter what it costs, to becoming a steward of possibility, to facing the potential end of their body, but knowing that perhaps in many ways they have found other things along the way that matter just as much to them. Our group has arrived at the summit in the hallowed location known only now as Elysium. You have met with the architect of Umbra's ills, or at least this particular time, known as Ultima, the forgotten dreamweaver, a dreamkin who was once a traveler alongside the previous adventuring party that was last tasked with taking the Heartstone up, and who, it seems, whether in grief, anger, or a sense of resignation about what the call of heroes takes in terms of tolls on their dreams and ambitions, has manipulated and created all manner of schemes in order to essentially bring the whole mountain to a state of stasis. Standing in opposition to them are our 5 travelers, our children of the dark. This is where the conflict will occur in a essentially setting that is for everyone's benefit. This is very important in terms of positioning. You have 5 zones to work with, everybody. As you arrived at the summit of this, reached a plateau in which a crystalline dome seemingly overtook an area, and upon moving through said dome, you see, going from zone 5, from the edge of the plateau you just entered, to zone 1, which is where the Heartstone altar is. You have zone 5, mountain summit edge. Zone 4, you see, as the plateau begins to wind down, a river that's going through and feeds into zone 3, these beautiful verdant fields of green and yellow, seemingly crops of every variety that could ever exist on here, just overflowing. And then all of a sudden beginning to decay as they move into zone 2, where you see, for anyone who's ever played Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, a literal almost graveyard of weapons, just scores upon scores of swords, spears, halberds, flamberges, just pikes. There's any number of weapons are just staked into the ground, or broken pieces of them have been laid to rest here. And then zone 1, the Heartstone altar, where Ultima, this almost wispy, banshee, angelic kind of form, constantly drifting, arms held aloft, with a posturing that almost looks like she is perpetually sleeping, her eyes closed, but almost like something painted on, glowing on the eyelids, is a set of eyes that are just staring at all of you. And you watch as Ultima's announced her presence there, has floated up into the air, and you watch as orbs of elements begin to form around her, swirling all around her. She says, "Let us have at it, children of dark." So, first 2 things. Number 1, everyone needs to draw a card for your initiative so I can know where to mark you down. At King
Okay.
Initiative is Ultima.
Oh,
What is it?
Queen!
Hey, Sonorum is
And-
queen.
Also queen.
9.
And Kestrel, you said you were 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mercy is at 10. What do we have our Dragon Boy at?
Ace.
Oh
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Jimmy.
no.
Practical. That's
This is the
final
second
battle.
combat you've started with Ace. It's so
Oh,
bad.
Not a good
Baby.
start.
It's not a good
Poor
start.
baby.
So I will let you all, for a second thing, position yourselves wherever you would like to be in all, except for zone 1. So you scatter yourselves amongst zone 5 through zone 5, 4, 3, and 2. Zone 1 is where Ultima is at currently.
I'll go to
Where-
zone 2.
Okay, Graveyard of Weapons is Sonorum.
Yeah, I will also be in zone 2 with alongside Sonorum.
Okay. Mercy?
I'll go zone 2 as well. Also, as we enter combat, I have mage armor, so I can choose one of my magic skills, and I can start the combat with a barrier equal to my chosen skill's level, or choose soul forging at level 5.
Yep.
Okay.
And then my barrier also gets activated, and it is tied to Aether RPG. So now I have a barrier of 4.
Okay.
And then I also have natural armor, which is tied to wrath. And so that kind of manifests as like glowing light, like kind of in the wraps of my cloth armor. And that gives me armor 5.
Okay.
Natural armor is the passive power ability.
Okay. Now, Lise and Juvie, where are you at? Which zone are you sticking in?
Oh, I'm gonna start on 4.
Okay. Juvie is near the river. Cassandra, where are you starting?
I am going to be standing right behind Sonorum because he is big enough to.
Same zone or zone behind?
No, just in the same zone, but like I'm like next to him, but I need like some cover to not to like as a shield, but like I have
Okay.
plans that are very chaotic, but I need.
Also, I love Ida's comment of I'm imagining a row of buffs and stats on each player's health bar of the final fight. You're not wrong, considering how this
Yeah.
party has tried to stack themselves. Now-
Yeah.
The important question, as the round effect goes off first
Ooh.
to start the combat, do you want me to draw for it, or do one of you want to draw for it?
Let's
Who do you want to be? You want? Okay, somebody in the group draw a card.
I'll do it because I have the fancy deck. All
right, do it.
Okay, let's see here. It is the Knight of Diamond.
So a king.
Is that a jack? King?
It's a knight. It's a knight.
Oh. Does that
Is that Jack or is that
translate
king?
to a
That's Jack,
king?
right? That
Jack,
doesn't
yes.
answer.
It's a Jack.
Okay, that didn't
It's a
answer
Jack.
the question.
Sorry, it's a Jack. It's a
Okay.
Jack. I drew Jack.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So that means I would get to choose between one of these two abilities. Let's go with one that I've statted based off of what Marcus gave me for the character he came up with for the previous adventure. So you all watch as Ultima rises up into the air. There's almost an illusory veil effect that kicks in, and she adopts the form of Gwen here in his prime of like beefy, like pretty beefy, stocky fellow. And you watch as just floats down to the ground, puts her hand down into it, and pulls out a giant maul that like erupts into like a large with an encasing of earth around it to form an even bigger like warhammer. You watch as she just sort of leaps up into the air and smashes it down onto the ground. I would like everyone to shift your zone positions now. You cannot go in the same position in the same zone you were at. Everyone shift as the earth literally moves around you.
Do we choose which one we shift to, or are you going to move us?
It just can't be the same one. That's it.
Okay. Can I get launched to the Hearthstone altar?
Nope.
Or is that
That's the
nope?
only one you
Okay.
can't be launched.
Just checking.
I saw that's a fair point to good.
Tick,
No,
tick, tick,
you
tick,
don't
tick,
get
tick,
launched.
tick,
That's the
okay,
only one you
gotcha.
cannot do. That's the
All
only one you
good.
cannot do.
All good. I
Pretty
was
much
just-
all the zones that you're all in, you basically all have to like switch to different positions.
3 for me.
Damn it.
I'll go
Yeah.
to 3.
Yeah, 3 for me as well.
Everyone gets
Yeah,
five.
I'm gonna go to 3.
I'm going to 5.
Juvia's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting away from all of this bullshit.
You guys
Okay,
can get in
so-
fireball formation.
Ooh.
No, I'm doing the
actually-
smart thing and don't bundle up with the rest of the group.
Mhm.
Actually,
Yes,
I'm gonna
it's
get
actually a good
launched-
idea. It's
I wanna
actually a
get-
very good idea.
Can I
Lise,
get
you move
launched
back
to
one zone.
zone 4. I'm gonna go to zone
Okay,
4.
yeah. Esper's going to zone 4. Lise, Lysandra. I don't know why I'm saying Lise. I'm having other game names come
That's
to mind.
fine.
Zone 3, you said, Lysandra? With Sonorum? Lysandra.
Oh, yeah, 3. Yep.
Okay. And Mother Mercy, where are you ending up?
3.
3. Okay. So yes, as the Earthen Warhammer it's almost as though Ultima summons up her memories of Gwen here in this moment and just smashes down, and it seems as though Gwen here had a relative affinity for earthen magic. So it's just literally shifted everyone around, and now it is Ultima's turn. So you watch as now suddenly appearing all around her body is it's almost like a construct's metallic gold plating forms around her body. She has gained armor. I will not tell you how much armor, but it is an ability that she naturally has where each turn she is gaining armor. She can automatically move a zone. This is inspired by our fantastic Rebus. Let's go with... Okay, yeah. This one, you watch as she now takes the guys. Well, actually, I need to draw my cards to see. I draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Because she has a skill level 4. She is going to, in order to do these different things, let's see. Yeah, she is going to give up 1 action. You watch as she seems to take on a lion lion-like humanoid appearance, wielding a longsword and a shield, and is preparing herself for combat. But while doing this, also jumps up into the air, and you watch as the sword pounds down into the ground, and you watch as a wall of water emerges from out of the ground, and zone 2 is blocked off
Whoa.
entirely. You cannot pass into zone 2.
Oh, shoot.
So zone 2 is inaccessible to all of you. So far it has been 2 abilities, burning 1 in order to do the defensive stance, another in order to put up the wall of water, and while freely getting the armor. And yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's have some fun right at the beginning. You watch as she raises both of her hands, does not take on the form of anyone else in this instance. And you watch as an orb, a red orb, and then a blue orb forms in each of her hands. And she says, "Lovely children of the dark, rejoice and partake of my gift to you all." And she uses an ability called Dichromatic Malignance. So, because many of you decided to stick all together, you are all going to get hit by this one.
Ooh.
Fireball formation.
So, she can target up to 4 people, of which there's 4 exactly.
Mm.
Sonorum. Yeah, Sonorum, Lysandra. Yeah, Sonorum and Lysandra. You feel what looks like a shard of Memoria aspected to ice stabbed into your body.
Can I use my Enrapture ability right now? It doesn't
That's the
say whether
one.
it's an action or not, but
You can, if you have the potential to spend, let me just pull up the specifics I gave you.
I think it's the
there.
one that's once per combat or once per day.
I'm double checking it right now.
Yeah, I don't remember. Let me look.
Yeah, Enrapture is
Yeah.
to grant all allies 5 wards for 1 round.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah,
So add
you wanted
5
to-
to
if
your
you want-
armor wards. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember the damage hits wards first, then armor.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you do that in response to her doing that. So
Yep.
Lysandra and Sonorum, you get an ice suspected crystal that hits both of you. Mother Mercy and Esper,
Ooh,
You
even
both-
even though I'm in zone 4.
she has a range of 4.
Oh, sweet. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yeah. This is a legendary creature who has a skill level of 4. She has a range of 4,
Oh,
folks.
Good. I'm just gonna write that down in
So
my
the other 2 crystals stab into Mother Mercy and Esper. This is what happens. For the 2 of you who get the ice going into you, you both will take 4 stress. 4 ice stress. And I will not tell you what this effect will be other than by the description of you feel as though the heat in your body is being leached out of you. And you sense if you do not find a way to keep movement and or heat going, something worse is going to go off. Mother Mercy and Esper, on the other hand, you take 4 fire damage.
Oh, 2. I'm resistant.
Yes,
Smart.
you are resistant. However, fire, to my knowledge, if I remember this correctly, fire does +1 stress to wards.
Gotcha.
So instead of 2, it'll be 3 stress to the wards that Lysandra just gave you.
Gotcha.
Now, you and Mother Mercy have a sensation in your bodies that the heat in your bodies is building up too much. If you do not find a way to stop movement entirely, something worse is going to happen to you.
And is this a condition?
It's not a condition yet.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
That's it. That's it for her turn. She has the 4 orbs that are floating around her, the one mechanical the mechanical armor that's gone over her. She has put up a wall in zone 2, and she has cast dichromatic malignance and trapped 4 of you with the 2 of you who got the ice. You gained it is a deep. I do have a name for the debuff if you would like to have the UI fantasy experience of it. Those of you with ice have the debuff Encircling Frost, whereas the 2 of you with fire have Spreading Blaze afflicting you right now.
Oh,
If we hug each other, does that like
I'm not. You
even
have
it
to
out?
figure
Like,
it
I
out.
feel
This
like
is this is a
group
puzzle
might
fight.
help
I know.
right now. Group
Sonorum and
hug.
Lysandra, it's your turn. What are you doing with your turn? Draw your cards. Draw your 3
Okay.
cards. Tell me what you're doing with your turn.
oh, I have flame. Oh, I have. No, never mind. I am not in the same zone as anybody else right now. It's okay.
Okay. I drew 3, 9, and Jack.
What you doing?
Okay, so this tidal wave thing that Ultima summoned in zone 2,
Mm-hmm.
I hover my mouse cursor over it. Does it turn into a sword symbol? Can I attack it?
No.
Oh,
It
Damn
is
it.
literally no. You're not allowed to put your all of your mouses cannot just. So yes, Marcus has the right idea in chat. It's one of the raid boss mechanics. You need to look at the party members with your matching debuff and see what happens to each other.
I'm gonna tell myself
wow,
I'm
I
attacking this
love it.
Like, does a HP bar appear when I hover over it?
No, you cannot attack the water wall.
Wow.
Say, it is for the round. You cannot enter. It does not mean a ranged attack cannot hurt her. But it basically means if you are melee, you can't move into zone 2 to even with reach to try and attack her. Which she knows some of you hit really, really hard in melee, which is why she's keeping you all the fuck over there.
Theory, would Jubel be able to? Because he's got the water breathing bracelet.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
in
at
theory, I
zone
would let
5
you-
right now. I'm the furthest away.
So, Sonorm, what are you doing? Let's keep
Yeah.
things going because
Yeah.
there's,
Alright.
there's a lot of things that could potentially go down. What you
Yeah.
doing?
Sonorum is gonna look up at Ultima and they're gonna say, Helena, return, come back. And I'm just gonna, for the purposes of this, I know it's gonna fail. I'm gonna spend 1/3 card to attempt empathy. Just to use that up for now.
Okay.
Basically,
Using
again.
a 3.
No, wait, why am I thinking I have a 9? I'll use the 9.
I'll
Ooh.
use my inspiration to turn that into a jack.
Haha.
Oh,
Ooh.
Fuck me. Okay. And this is empathy, correct?
Yes.
Bards.
I would say that probably falls under the definition of psychic.
Yeah, probably.
You try, again, this is just confirmation of what you experienced in the dream.
Mhm.
You try and reach out. There is a moment where you hear you specifically, Sonorum, with that one particular action, you think you hear somebody sobbing inside, but you don't know what, you don't know if it's her, if it's some other aspect of her that's trying to get out, or what it is. Like it's like a wall is appearing in there, and you feel like you hear there's another voice in there as well. So that's one action, Nikki. What are your other two actions?
For my second action, I'm going to, after realizing that empathy has failed Sonorum for the first time, they sort of like resign themselves, knowing that physical is what they have to do. You can see like the crystals on their backs are like dull a bit, as if they are regretting what they're going to do. They're gonna reach a hand, slam it into the ground, and they're gonna dig up a chunk of dirt and bits and pieces, and gonna hurl it at her with my prowess 3.
Okay.
And I'll use my jack to do this.
Okay. So that's full damage going towards her.
Yes.
The armor absorbs the first hit, and then you watch as 2 of the orbs stop glowing with energy. It seems as though she is also warded as well. So it looks as though the 3 stress that you dealt has gotten through some of their armor, but it's not all the way gone yet. There's still 2 orbs floating that are protecting her. So that's 2 actions, Nikki. Next one.
All right. And for the third one, I'll probably take damage for this, but I'll stay on at zone 3 and end my turn.
Okay, so that means you get to keep the action for next turn because you didn't spend it this turn. So you'll only draw on 2 next turn, but it'll mean you'll have the extra one for that. At the end of your turn, because you did not move, the ice crystal entirely encases your body because you did not move to keep the heat in your body moving. And as a result of that, you now have stun 4.
Ooh, that was bigger than I thought it was going to be.
You cannot take movement for the duration of this effect. So basically you are stuck there. Lysandra, you just look over and you just watch as his Sonorum, their entire body, just like maybe parts of it can move around to do like range stuff, but Sonorum, until you get rid of the debuff of stun 4, you can't move.
I should have done jumping jacks.
So
You didn't know. You didn't know. Lysandra, your turn. You see that happen right next to you. You're like hiding behind Sonorum, and then you just see Sonorum is covered in ice.
Shit. All right. So Lysandra is, oh crap. I have a question. So
Yes.
how long do we have before the jewel that we have to recharge the Heartstone with appears? Do we know?
You just have to get it to the altar, all 5 pieces, and make sure nothing's in the way stopping it. Because right now the biggest issue is that Ultima is currently like perched right there and not letting any of you do anything. This is kind of a until you deal with her, this ain't happening kind of thing.
Sure. Okay. So this is rough because I did not anticipate moving this round. I need more actions. All right, so what Lysandra is gonna do, just to what I was gonna do this round, it's kind of out the window. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move one zone over because we're in 3, right? So I'm gonna move over by Esper, and then I'm gonna use my entice ability. I drew, I think it was a 3, a king, and a 7. So I'm gonna use entice. With the 3, I'm spending 2 potential to make Ultima move towards me, Esper and me.
Okay. As a reminder, that doesn't cost you an action. Remember, spending the potential to use an ability, because this is an ability.
Oh, so
you
it
have.
doesn't cost me an action.
It doesn't cost
then
you an
I
action.
do have enough actions.
Okay, so there you are able to you all are able to listen as Lysandra sings for the first time in a long time, probably, and
Ooh.
there is an almost compulsive effort that overcomes Ultima, and of her own accord, she moves into zone 2. No one else can move into it with her, but she's closer so that if someone were able to get to zone 3 to attack with reach, for example, you could now do it. You just can't move into zone 2, but that alone has brought her closer.
Okay, so I love this. I told you at the I'm gonna do a bunch more potential stuff. I'm just gonna like burn like half my potential right now, just letting you know. I'm gonna spend 1 potential to duplicate myself. So now there's 2 Lysandras. I didn't have any bodies at the beginning. Now I've got 2. Then I'm going to duck behind Esper, use another potential to make myself invisible. And then, so I've got a duplicate, we're calling this decoy Lysandra, who has directions to run around and pretend like she's healing everybody's wounds and tending to people. That's decoy Lysandra. And then real Lysandra has telepathic boots, who's going to ask her friends where their heartstones are, and then start collecting all of the heartstones, because y'all are the heavy hitters. I'll get the shit up there, so hopefully she doesn't notice that I'm gone, and recharge the stone while she's busy. And then fuck out of here with a portal.
Just like around my neck. That's
all right.
what you
this
hear.
I'd say this is probably going to cost you for each person to get an action.
Oh, absolutely.
For
So
each person.
I'll take Esper's with 1 action, and I did get a king as one of mine, so I don't know if I can
get a king. I will let you
perk
in that case.
maybe...
I will, yeah, if you would like to get someone else's without having to be in their zone.
Yeah.
I will say you have to spend the other action to do that, but you don't have to be in the same zone to grab it. So you could grab Juvies, Sonorums, or Mother Mercy's.
Juvies is the one that I would choose.
Hey, don't forget, I'm also going to move at some point. So
yeah.
Okay. So that would be all 3 of your actions, but you have a decoy who now Ultima cannot tell.
Yeah.
I would say it will probably cost her an action and at least a partial success to determine which one of you is the real one to focus on. At bare minimum in order to do it.
Yeah, I think I draw a card, and if it's black or if it's red.
Okay. If that's how the ability works, then that's how we'll do it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
So now it goes to Mother Mercy. Also, Lysandra, when you moved, the crystal felt has been removed from your body. It floats out. It seems as though for ice you need movement or you will freeze.
Okay. I wish I could.
Mother Mercy.
No, Sonora.
You are muted, my love.
I don't think I can top that, but I'll do my best. Let me draw my 3 cards. Oh, King, 3, and a 6.
That's a spread if there ever was one.
Yeah, truly.
The king, I will let you know. I will say above table knowledge and character knowledge you will have, but I will say Esper does not know because you two were afflicted with the same debuff. Spreading Blaze will go off if you take any movement to another zone.
Mother Mercy,
So if
yeah.
Esper, for example, moves, which again, this is just above table versus what your character knows. Esper, if you move, you're taking an additional debuff. Mother Mercy, you know that this thing, it's reactive to movement.
Yeah.
So you know that it will only go off if you move.
We can talk during our turns to other characters, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll turn to Esper and say, stay where you are for now. And when you feel the heat leave, you can start moving again.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I will discard my 3 to re-up my wards, which were destroyed by the fire. So using my soul forging ability, I have another 5 wards again. And now I have to decide what actions I want to take.
Did you eat off Lysandra's wards first, though? Because those are only good for a round, so.
The whole party got 5 wards with.
So you would have had 10 wards at the beginning.
You have a lot of protection because Lysandra, I gave Lysandra a very strong ability and she's
Yeah.
popping it early.
Yeah.
That's
Making
I
it
don't even
rain.
take any damage to myself. Okay, yeah. Let me do 7. I heal at the beginning of my I have regeneration. So do I heal stress from my wards as well?
No.
Okay.
I will rule it as regeneration is to stress,
I
not to
had a
ward and
feeling.
armor health.
Yeah. But I still haven't taken any stress. That's even better, which means I don't need to spend the 3 to do that. Then I will instead change my entire turn. I'll discard the 3, spend a potential to inflict a condition onto Ultima. Let's see, which one should I give? I'll give the bleed condition. It takes 1 stress at the start of their turn for the duration of the effect. Because Affliction, I believe, uses my magical ability. Let me double check, just to make sure. Yeah, I just use any skill. I use my soul forging, so that is a bleed condition of 5.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I think what we see is just the tethers unfurling, like light and stabbing into Ultima just 5 different times. I'll do a soul forging skill attack with my king.
That's gonna full hit. So that's 5.
And then I'll save the 6 for later. I'll hold on to that action.
Okay. The 3 stress goes through. Or the 5 stress goes through. So it eats through the last 2 wards. And then 1 stress, and then the last 3 stress go through to her actual health. So you see the armor plating that's seemingly starting to regenerate again. It's looking worse for wear, like it won't be active for too much longer. Because I'm strategizing and I'm taking the non-combat abilities first off the
I
list.
love it.
Ooh, yeah.
Because you haven't seen all the combat ones yet. So that is Mercy's turn. It is now Esper's turn. Esper, you are in zone
Okay.
4, and you've
Zone
just been
4?
told you should not move.
Okay.
But I did move her closer, so
Draw
you
3
can reach her.
cards. 1, 2. All right. So I got a 4, a 5, and a jack. Yes.
It's the giggle everyone gets when they draw really well that gets me every
Right.
time.
So she's been moved to zone 2. I'm in zone 4, but reach only lets you go into the next zone, right?
Yes. Yes.
So instead, he takes a very deep breath and gets filled with kind of a cold anger as he draws forth this bone white longbow that Mother Mercy made for him back in the theater as a gift, and just pulls out like what looks to be an arrow that's maybe made out of like a shard of stone or obsidian, and then in a cold rage draws, points, and fires at the at Ultima funneling all of his anger as I do a heavy ranged attack using Wrath.
Okay. And you're playing the Jack with that?
I am playing the Jack with that. Yes, it was a pretty
Okay.
night.
I love it.
And let's see here. Blah 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 blah. Now we're getting into it. We're getting into it. All right.
That's one attack.
Spend a card, attack with Wrath. I'm going to spend 1 potential to activate Smite. I do 6 stress. I heal 1 stress, which I'm not down any. For Leech. Actually, no, I won't do that. Well, no, it automatically happens. It's there. Spend a card, attack with Wrath. Smite. Heal 1 stress. Yes, 5 stress inflicted, 1 stress healed, 1 potential spent. With that action. Boom. Then 1 range band away from me, right? So I can't reach him. So Sonorum has a condition on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep. Sonorum has stun 4.
Stun 4. I'm going to go ahead and spend is that a status effect or a condition?
Yeah, it is a status
Status.
effect.
Excellent. I'm going to spend this 1 card. I'm going to use 1 action and 1 potential, spending another potential to end a status effect on an ally within range. And then my range is my medicine skill, which is currently 3.
Yeah, that's far enough away. You're able to literally pull the ice off of Sonorum's body.
Yeah, just like
Hey.
With your fire, you just like suck in the ice.
Yeah, it's the light. Then I go ahead and I do that, and then with my 3rd action, I am going to. Can I use a banked card instead?
Spend a potential or burn a card. You can.
I'm gonna burn this last card, this 4, to use my banked knight.
No, you have to.
Or my banked jack.
Wait from your burn bank. Yeah.
My banked. I had a banked
Yeah.
jack. Is
You
that how
have
that
to-
works?
sorry,
Or is it a potential?
Rules correction. Spend a potential to use a card in your bank.
Spend a potential. Okay, so far I've spent 2, so I've got 10. I'm gonna go ahead and spend, because I'm stun locked. Well, not stun locked, but I can't move. I'm gonna go ahead and.
It's a bad idea if you move, is what we're saying. Here.
It's a
You
very-
can still move. I mean, you
I
already
can still
took 4
move.
fire stress. Well,
Just
3
don't give
because
her
of
a
the-
big hug when you explode. Like,
I mean, right, exactly. I'm just being strategic and using
Resistant to
my bow
fire.
and arrow. I am resistant to fire. And then with this, I am going to spend a potential to 9. I'm gonna burn this card to move 1 zone. How much damage do I end up taking?
Okay, you were going to move? Okay.
Yes.
You all watch as Esper is engulfed in flames entirely. So you have Disorient 4. Disorient 4 is you take a -1 card penalty to skill checks targeting creatures outside your zone for the duration.
Gotcha.
So long as I
Ah.
keep you back there, you always have to attack at range and you always lose a card for 4 turns.
Gotcha. So am I still stuck in that zone, or can I?
No, you can move. It was just a bad idea to move because you have a really nasty debuff afflicting you. That's what will happen
Yeah.
every time. The debuff will refresh every
Okay,
single time you
so-
move while it's active.
So I have flanking, which gives me +1 bonus card on all attacks when I'm with
Just-
an ally.
yeah.
And it also gives my ally +1 card. So does that negate that effect? Kind of like balance
Sort
it
of.
out? Or make it like
Yeah,
normal?
it means you just don't draw any extra cards. You don't lose and you don't draw any extra cards. Yeah,
Oh, I knew this was gonna come in handy.
You also, I'm making a quick note into our chat. No, you don't, Eldritch. Don't you start regretting status rules. This is one of my favorite things to have. This is one of my favorite reasons for your system. The status effects are actually interesting.
The status effects
And
are
Why?
they're
so
You-
cool.
nasty.
They're nasty.
then-
That's why
and
I
then-
like them.
And then I did spend one potential to I'm gonna spend my bank card and bam and attack again.
Okay.
With my last action. Same thing. Like I'm attacking with
What card
wrath,
did you play?
a jack.
Okay. Same thing. So another 6 stress.
Another 6 stress, just like boom, and this time like the bow is getting slung away in one fluid motion as I snap off the staff and just start bam, bam, as like the staff is like glowing with this like fiery like light. I did damage with wrath, correct? Another one of my passive abilities activate.
Hector, before
yes.
you continue,
Oh yeah.
I'm aware that you're cool. You don't need to emphasize it to me every time. I just want to note that for the record. I appreciate the enthusiasm. You're cool. We get it. I can't actually hurt you, and it's
That's
you're
our
a goddamn paladin, so I have to deal with fucking smite every time. Every time there's smite.
Yes. So I got this cool new power that whenever I inflict
The
when
Esper
dealing-
experience, aka the experience.
the
as Demon
experience,
Marcus.
the Esper experience. Yes. I have this cool power that I got that lets me when I inflict check my abilities. I have this passive armor regeneration, retaliation, status trigger. That's the other new one I got. They now have the beacon status.
Okay.
You may cause beacon status whenever you make an attack with wrath. And I've attacked them twice. I don't know if the status triggers stack or not. But I don't know if they
the
do.
bad of
It's-
like the god of F off someday.
That's gonna be Esper's role when he ascends into the next realm. It'll just be the god of fuck all of you.
There's a
Yeah.
reason
Cough in
why
particular.
Angela, there's a reason why I've been kind of quiet about like when you've been like, I'm gonna give you all special superpowers. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit in the back and let everybody else get their cool powers while I just tinker within the system until Angela is ready to give me what
I regret
Angela
I
is
regret
ready to give
everything
me.
I've done up to this point. I've made my mistakes.
And that's Hector's superpower.
Is that all of your
and-
actions?
That is all of my actions. I am done.
Okay. Juvie, you're up. Can
That's
you
awesome.
follow that up?
Maybe.
Umbra,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
if you
let's
can.
draw. Let's see what I get here. Oh, that's not bad. I got a 9, 8, and a jack. So I guess that's okay. So what can we do? First, did Lysandra take any stress during that round?
I did
Wait,
not.
hold on.
Okay, cool.
Before I forget something, I'm glad I just double checked to remember this.
Yeah.
How many of you have attacked her since she took her turn? Did everyone attack her in some capacity? Who attacked?
I did.
Mother Mercy, you attacked as well, correct?
Yeah.
And Hector, Esper attacked twice, right? Okay. Sonorum, you take 4 stress. Mother Mercy, you take 4 stress. Esper, you take 8 stress.
Ooh.
Because I just remembered she took a defensive stance with her ability Echoes of War,
Oh no.
which lets her counterattack for 4 stress. So basically, every time Esper you did the bow, you watched as she plunged the sword into the ground, and an after image appeared right next to you of a Leonin style humanoid that just struck across your chest twice. The same thing happened to the other 2. Battlemaster's fun to make abilities off of.
No, it's all good. All right, I just got to do a little quick math. Thank you, Angela. So
Yes.
4 stress from the first attack. I heal 1. And then the second
Another 4
attack,
stress.
another 4 stress, heal 1, that's 6 stress. I'm going to spend 2 potential Because that goes past. Does that go hit my armor, or does that
Ward,
hit me directly?
armor, health.
All right.
That is the order.
Okay. Cool.
The,
And that's
the
it's gonna
damage you would
blast through those.
take would hit the wards that Lysandra has given you first. So the
Ooh.
wards Lysandra gave you are all gone by the end of all
No,
that.
they're gone. They're gone
Mhm.
because that's gonna. My healing is gonna. The wards are just are rocked. Which I have my words up here, so I'm just kind of like control.
Work that out for
Yeah.
yourself. Juvie, it is your turn. do you do?
Okay, I totally forgot the word, but good to know. Okay, I will
Helpful.
use my.
Helpful.
Yep.
Good to know you have a buffer of 5 extra.
Mhm.
Okay, this changes my strategic. I'm gonna use my soul forging. Yeah, basically calling in the same big ass fucking sword that he's normally using with his soul forging, and now it has even a range of 4. So he doesn't even need to move, and
It's a very big
makes
sword.
oh yes.
Aida, I think you know what to do after that statement. Mark this point in the video and the VOD.
So he is going to summon the sword and makes a swing one-handed with it, like bringing it up, taking it with both hands and slamming it to the ground, and there is basically kind of like a shockwave going over to Ultima. And I'm using the jack for it.
Yeah, that gets through.
This is for stress, and since I have a status trick on it, she gets corrupt 4 on it.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
So that
Debuff,
means
debuff.
for corrupt, she cannot remove stress from healing for the duration of the effect.
Oh, rough.
So
Now we just send Esper at her. No.
It's like I have near infinite possibility drawn from the realm of dreams. We have an Esper.
We
Yeah.
have an Esper.
We're gonna throw a paladin at you.
Okay, so that was one. So is that is an attack you were doing, Juvel?
that's an attack.
Okay, so for additional stress. So
Exactly.
here's what's happening from that. So you've got, so in the course of all of these attacks, after the effect is still going, but she will no longer have access to the ability of Echoes of War to counterattack. The first attack goes through Juvil, the after image comes up, and you see again the Leonin creature, instead of like slashing at you, just stabs you in the gut, like directly.
Okay, yeah.
So that's 4 stress for doing that.
there's-
But in
I'll
the
take
course
half.
of
No, there's the ward still that you gave me, so I basically
Oh.
take no stress of it.
I
So
forgot
that's-
we are not
about
done
the
yet.
that. What
The-
stress? Tell
here
me.
are the abilities that have been removed.
Okay.
The gold plating, the armor generation is gone. The defense stance is gone. The wall of water is gone. And you watch as she also cannot seem to conjure up the crystals for dichromatic malignance again. So that is also off the table. So you have 2 more actions, Juvil. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm spending. I know that Esper is like wants to run like really hard in there and slash her to pieces, and he will probably take a lot of damage. So I will use my Room's Breath armor, spending 2 potential on it to give him a ward, like a protection that is basically kind of made out of fire. Yeah. Then let's see.
Everyone's just like, we have one thing we need to buff this entire fight, and then we're all good.
I have no clue how much potential he has still left. Probably not much, since he's burning through it like nothing else.
I'm trying to be, you know.
Who is standing in zone 4 right now?
It's Esper and I think the decoy is with
Okay.
Lysandra. Esper, Lysandra, and the decoy Lysandra.
I moved to zone 3, so I'm with Sonorum.
Oh wait, you're right. You're right because you willingly took a bad debuff.
Okay.
Such a bad debuff.
I'm going to move to zone 4, spending the 8 for it. And I will bank the 9 for now, so I'm holding that action, and that's my turn.
Okay. It now comes back to the top of the round to Ultima's turn. But before that, I need someone to draw me a card.
Ooh, I
For
did
the
it
round
last time.
effect.
Somebody else.
I'll do it.
All right.
Oh, if
Okay.
you want to do it, Nikki, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
6. So that is mid-tier. So ooh, I like both of these.
I feel like
Oh,
we're going to
they're
be
both
hurting
really
after
good.
this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going with that one. You watch as Ultima rises up from the ground and changes form again to the full mechanical construct body. And you hear an almost mechanized, a very mechanized voice unleash a cry of fury across the entire arena.
Ooh, banshees.
So
they'd be like that.
I would like, so this is what happens. Inspired by the Beast Barbarian's abilities, a primal fury overtakes everyone in zone 3.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Every single one of you, I want you to choose someone else to deal 2 stress to. So, Sonorum, between Mother Mercy and Esper, who are you hitting?
Oh,
Which one of you have more HP?
Angela, is there a possibility of me counterspelling this?
Did you save an action to do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
If it's a magical ability, or
It is a
attack,
magical effect of the arena. I would say it works.
I'll spend the 2 potential to stop this from happening.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
my note
you
card.
watch as both Esper like turns for a moment and you see like the staff is about to crack you across the face. Mother Mercy, and you just like
There's a
enough of
radiant
that.
sort of magic. Like you feel like you're being hugged by the spirit of Mother Mercy. So like, hey everyone, calm down. We gather to places and let's recenter ourselves. Okay, everyone.
recenter.
Okay.
Yes.
That was a really good choice because Infectious Fury, you for everyone who takes damage that turn gets 2 stress to each other, and you take Disorient 4.
Ugh.
Ooh.
No, thank
Yeah,
you.
as a heads up, all of your status effects are going to be at 4 because of their skill level.
Ooh.
Thanks, Eldritch. I love you. Actual turn.
Actual burn.
Okay. She's going to, once again, while that, this is actually very convenient. You all gave her a bunch of status effects, correct?
Yes,
No.
I have written them down. Bleed 5 and Beacon 4.
You don't need to
And
write them down.
corrupt.
Don't
And
worry.
corrupt.
Yeah, and
None of you
corrupt
need to
4.
worry about those status effects.
Oh, and corrupt. Oh, okay. Oh, are you writing them
Because-
down, Shadow Weaver? Oh.
No,
She's snoping him away.
no. You watch while still adopting the gold-plated, black crystalline faced construct form. Once again, also inspired by barbarian abilities, gives up one of her cards that she drew in order to remove all status effects from her.
Can I counterspell this with my banked card?
No.
Okay.
This one is a no. This is just this is because this is not magical.
That's
This is just
a
this is
fair
a physical
question.
ability. That is the
Understood.
only reason I will say no to that.
Understood.
Everything else,
Where do we
yes.
get that ability? I should have taken that one.
You can thank Rebus from the other campaign that I have this.
Which one is
I
Rebus?
literally just took a barbarian ability.
Warforged.
So that
Oh,
is, but that is one of
man.
her actions in order to do that. She had to give up her heart in order to do that.
Okay.
That's fair.
But that also means now that she can recover stress, which is
Oh,
good
wait.
Uh-oh.
because she's going to use the 10 that she drew. And yeah. Let's see. Who have you? Yeah, Esper, you're being a dick to her. Let's go with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm the
You
worst.
watch, she adopts the form of a dark, heavily tan-skinned pirate woman with colored hair, and you watch as like throws very flashily throws up a pistol in the air, and and catches it, fires a shot at your foot, Esper, that definitely misses, and you're like, "What the fuck was the purpose of that?" And then you look up and you see she stabs you right through the chest
Oh,
with a rapier
ooh, yeah, that's
and returns to her spot. So you take 4 psychic stress.
ooh, that
She
does
heals. She
hit my
heals 4
words?
psychic stress.
Ooh,
Let's see what the effect is in terms of psychic. It deals additional stress to wards, so that's 5 stress to your wards.
oh, the words are gone.
Yep.
Ooh.
And she is now
Oh, she would
recovered.
also take like if the worm's breath armor is gone, she will take 2 stress from that.
That's true. So she only recovers 2 stress.
Oh,
But so as a result of that, she still has her other abilities gone.
okay.
But that has
can
been
I,
2 abilities.
and then I think, hold on, let me check my retaliation because I have a retaliation ability when I get attacked.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
I
course
do.
you do.
Of course I
Retributive
do.
strike. Retributive smite.
Every other ability from Esper is just smite in another form.
It's
All that the-
basically the body language equivalent of fuck off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like you don't really want to hit me. It's not a good idea. Yes, there we go. Retaliation. Retaliation. When you take damage from is this a melee attack?
I would say yes, it is technically. a
Okay,
melee
your
attack.
attacker takes 1 stress.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Okay.
That's the energy I was getting there.
Yeah, just like-
It is big, that energy. It is very big.
I
that
definitely
energy.
think I get like I imagine I get stabbed and then like the flavor is wham, like the staff just like moves like really fast and like cracks her before she teleports back to
moves
that.
back into position. Gives up her other card for her last action. Yeah, she'll risk it from all of you. Might as well. No, like, actually, would it be that? Yeah, it's more interesting that way. Let's do that. Gives up the 9. Adopts the form of Gwen here again with the Earthen Warhammer. Ooh. Lifts it up and just straight up like leaps into the air and lands in zone 3. It is a fucking almost like earthquake that emanates out. I wrote this as it hits in a line, but the flavor of this is that it's a fucking earthquake that goes out. Everyone takes 4 stress.
In that zone or
Everyone.
Everyone.
right.
Because the way I originally wrote this is that it's a line that hits for range 4. This is what the dragon breath would have done to all of you.
okay.
My
Ooh.
wards are finally knocked out.
Everyone gets 4 stress from
4
the Earthen
stress.
Warhammer.
Oh yeah, I actually take a stress. My armor is done.
Oh no, you've been hurt. What a shame.
Oh.
I feel so bad for you.
How dare you? I
It
still
was-
have a little bit of armor left.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the
4
thing
stress,
is
right?
that 4 stress to all of you, but she has to take 5 stress in return because the 9 is trading blows, which means all of you deal 1 stress.
Oh. Can I opt not to cause her stress? I know this seems counterproductive, but I lose my invisibility if I cause stress.
I will say yes.
I would like to remain unseen so I can get shit done while you keep her busy.
Hey, you were cooking in your last round. Like, I'm not gonna question anything you do.
Yeah, you got this.
Trying to think, is it more fun to have this be? It is technically more fun, at least for me to do this, so I probably
For
will.
you to do this. Oh
Awkward.
So let's see. She technically had to lose 2 abilities to get that off. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. The Warhammer no longer is in effect because the damage that all of you would do in Retribution knocks it out of her. What she is going to do instead, because she still has a card that she can play, she's going to use an ability where you watch as she adopts the form of the Triton woman. And she just sort of like waves her hand very playfully at all of you. Come and get me. And you watch as she teleports back to zone 1 where the altar is.
Counterspelled it though.
That is magic.
no.
That is technically magic. It does not work.
Yeah. I'll
Wait,
have to spend 3
Did you
potential.
save 2 actions?
So one of my cards is banked, and the other one was a saved action. So I'm gonna have to spend 3 potential just to get the banked card for this one. 1 for the banked card and 2 for the actual ability. But yeah,
Okay.
I will spend it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
That's my note bard. I love
Oh.
it.
No,
Absolutely
please. You
not.
have to stay in our places. The final act is about to begin.
I appreciate that this is the energy of my entire list. When you got to combine all the
That's-
goofy paladin fighter among shenanigans and Esper. You're not wrong, Eldritch. You're not wrong. And I hate it, but I also very much love it. I think we could probably get before we go to a break, we could probably get
Mhm.
everyone else's turns if folks are willing to be succinct in what you do.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes, here we go.
Okay. So now it comes to Sonorum's turn.
All right. 3 cards. Oh my goodness, great. Oh, okay, thank God. I'm going to. I drew a 5, a 2, and a king. So I'm going to. Oh God, I lost track of where. Okay. There are no opportunity attacks, right? In this.
No. There's nothing like that.
No.
We don't do that here.
That here. That's not.
Okay.
That moment in that movie will never stop being funny to me. The delivery was and everything made me so smile so much. But
Alright.
what you doing, Nikki?
I mean, I guess I'll just, for the purposes of not ending up having to bring a 2 and a 5 to the next round, I'm gonna go spend 2 cards to go to zone 3 and back to zone 2 and back to zone 3 so that I'm still in zone 3, and I'm gonna use the king in order to. Basically, I know I can't do damage to Ultima, so I'm gonna resort to the next best thing, which is also. Sonorum felt dirty doing damage and physical violence the last round, so they're gonna jump and wrap their bulky, rocky arms around Ultima in order to restrain her so that she cannot move.
Clarification for folks. She did not technically move to zone 3. She was just doing the attack that emanated out from there. She's still in zone 2. Just if that changes anything, Nikki.
Oh, in that case, yes, I will move to zone 2 then.
Okay, so you're doing zone 2 and you're trying to do essentially like a grapple that it will still do the stress, but it's very much narratively going to be taken as you are not trying to like hurt her. You're trying to like hold her down.
Lock her down.
Okay.
Yep. And that'll be my turn. Just wrap and just pin her down.
Okay. That is Norm's turn. Lysandra, what you doing? You have your decoy effect kicking in, right?
Yeah, and she like decoy Lysandra is just like going through the motions of like moving around zones, and then like, because I don't know if I still have this freezy thing on me, but whatever. She's moving around as if she's got the freezy thing on her, and then also like pretending she's tending to people's wounds and things like that, you know, just being a non-combatant, not trying to gain Ultima's attention, you know. Let's stay under the radar, because the final action of Lysandra is going to be the major middle finger. Like, just, we did it anyways. Haha, bye-bye. So she's gonna take one of her cards. She's gonna use to move into the zone where Mother Mercy is, to collect her piece of the Heartstone.
I see you are, darling.
Yep. And then I'm going to use another card. So, and then I will move to, wait. So is it a whole action for me to collect the stone and like move? Is it all in one, or is it like
move is one action?
Mhm,
Give up one of your cards you draw for one move.
mhm, mhm.
Another one is to collect.
Okay.
You
So
have
I've
one
used
action
two
left.
cards, and what because I would prefer not to stand next to Ultima, even if I'm invisible. I mean, until I absolutely have to. I am actually going to use my, who's damaged? Esper's damaged, right? Esper's been taking a lot of
Esper
damage.
heals, so I don't know if he's been hurt at all.
Have you taken, who's taken
tanky-
stress that's hurt?
Yeah, who has actually been damaged?
Who's
at this
taken
point?
actual stress?
I will be so fine though, because I can just regenerate.
Well, I've
Yeah,
got
I'm also
soothe, so
fine.
I'm just gonna use my action anyways to soothe somebody. So
I've taken
Um,
6 stress.
so they will get back 4 or heal 4 stress, whoever.
Oh,
is,
okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Does that regenerate? That just regenerates stress. It doesn't touch your armor, right? Or your magic barriers.
Mm-mm.
Okay, gotcha. Whew,
I wish I could heal armor. That'd be badass.
so cool.
Don't. Eldritch, you know what to do. Make an ability, chop chop.
Chop chop.
Armor crafter, armor master.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be like using a blacksmithing tool.
If oh my gosh, if I had a
Yeah.
magic item that would allow me to apply my regeneration and all of my leech and all of my powers to my armor and barriers, as well as my stress, Eldritch, please. Begging you. Like,
Wait, can you get natural armor? That's my question.
oh, I got it. I have that. I have natural armor, but this battle is so wild. I've burned through.
I also have natural armor.
Yeah,
That's why. I
yeah.
was
I'm hitting
curious.
you all so hard that it's not making that much of a difference at this point.
Who cares,
difference.
Jenna? All right,
I'm
that's fine.
stressed.
Okay, so that's your last action is you're doing that?
Yep.
Okay, so it goes to Mercy. Mother Mercy, what are you doing?
Let me see.
Besides counterspelling every one of my goddamn things. Damn
If I could have
bards.
saved that action for Mother Mercy, I would have.
Damn bards.
So with my wards completely wiped out after the last turn, I will discard my 2. I drew a 5 or 2 on a 5. I'll discard the 2 to re-up my magic wards.
Wait, you drew 3 cards?
for my
For this
action,
turn, I'm
for
saying.
this turn, yeah, because I've spent through all my cards over the course of the last round.
No. The amount of cards you draw the following round
Mhm.
is lessened by the amount you've kept.
Ah, okay.
So you would only be drawing 2 cards this
I
time.
will discard one of those. So a 5 and a 2. I'll discard the 2 to re-up my magic wards, if
Okay.
that's possible. Yep, with my soul forging ability, so that's another 5. And I will keep the 5 for this round, keeping in mind that I'll only draw 2 next round.
Okay. Is that it for your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay.
I'm just
So
getting
it goes to Esper.
Okay. All right. So I am okay. I'm gonna just draw. I draw 2 cards. Hold on, let me try and balance this. I spent 1 previous round, right? For the potential. So I only draw 2 cards, -1 for the condition or status effect, +1 for the flanking. So I draw a 9 and a 9. So 2 9s. I am going to spend 1 I believe it's an action and where's my healing thing so I can get rid of this horrible condition that I don't like.
Oh, yeah, all right. I was about to say you draw less, but then you have the thing that lets you when you're in the same one, so it just flattens out.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get rid of that.
So you can hit harder.
So I can hit harder. All right, I'm going to spend one of my potential, and I'm going to spend one of these actions to use heal on myself and remove the status effect off of me. So I no
Okay.
longer have it wasn't bleed, it was something else that was awful. It was the fire one.
Disorient 4.
Disorient. So I remove the disorient 4, and the way that looks is just sort of like he kind of like focuses and like the mask glows a little bit, and then he just sort of powers through the disorientation and then spins the staff around. And I'm going to take the 9 for a physical attack, and bam, and hit them.
9 for physical attack, you said?
Yeah, 9. Yes.
Okay, so that is going to do, that's trading blows. So you will take 1 stress for that, which gets eaten up by, I think, the wards or something else that you have. And you will deal your full stress.
Yes, it will be regenerated. And then I'm going to spend an additional potential for smite.
Damn smite. Every turn. Every
to
goddamn
just
turn is going to suck for me.
Just increase that damage, that sweet damage. And then I'm also going to, of course, because I'm doing damage with wrath stress. So it's a total of 6 damage plus the beacon status effect. And if you need, and that status effect is tied to wrath, so it's 5.
Okay, so you have done, that's another 6 damage total you've done.
Yeah, just a total of 6 stress this round. And then I've spent
just 6.
Just, well, I like attacking more than once. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can only hurt me for 6 stress with 1 hit. I feel
And
so
then-
bad for
yeah, and then with that leash, I'll heal the 1 stress that I get for trading blows.
you. Okay. With the additional stress that you've dealt, that bestial fury that removed the status effects is gone.
Ooh.
It is now Juvil's turn.
Okay, let's see. Oh god. Oh fucking shit.
What did you draw?
A jack, a queen, and a king.
Holy shit! This is a royal.
That's chaotic bi energy right there. Chaotic bi energy.
Chaotic
That
energy. That is what
then
We
it
need an
is.
emo on this
Everything
channel,
you
chaotic
wanted.
by energy. We need
Chaotic
to commission an artist for
By
that.
energy.
Oh,
I
well,
wish you could sequence because that would be the ultimate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't plan for that. So.
Like, I plan for me
Everything
not
you
to
do
draw
is
well.
golden now.
Yeah, I actually planned for, like, yeah, whatever.
Juvie, I just want to let you know, you do have a +1 card bonus for attacks against the target because they have the beacon status effect on them. So if you want to draw another card, please
You
do.
draw another goddamn queen.
I took these buffs
That's-
to
No,
not just help me, but help everybody else.
the fourth that I draw was an ace.
Oh,
It's kind of like it's all canceling each other
now
out.
it's a demisexual hand of cards.
Hey, that was fun for us. That was fun for us.
So,
and Attila.
Given the draws of the ace and the king, here's what I will tell you is happening. The narrative effect that's kicking in. The clouds above all of you have begun to go gray. But some of them have also begun to part, meaning the sunlight is about to be in full effect on all of you. Because the king has been drawn, you are still safe. But you have Juvil has the strongest impression right now that sunlight is about to become a problem real soon.
Yes.
But take your turn, Juvie.
Okay, yeah, fuck that. So first I'm using another attack with the soul forging to give a corrupt of 4 again. Well, because like, nope, she will not heal her shit, and yeah. I can do this safely from my position on in zone 4.
Yes, you can do that. that's
So
one action.
and because I'm a absolute asshole, for I can use the jack for this, and I'm gonna use pyromancy 5, make a spell sequence out of this, since I have like, you know.
Even with a crit and even with resistance, a crit is still going to hurt her.
Crit is a crit.
Oh god, this
Um,
is gonna be a lot of damage.
So this is 5. How much do I do with the card sequence? Yeah.
That's
I could
5.
either go cascade or gain a perk. I think I'm trying for a cascade.
Okay.
Let's see what we get there.
Space.
Oh, could I use the
Banked one.
the bank card that I had from? No. Okay.
Cascade goes by draw effect.
Yeah.
That would be too broke. Among the things that Eldritch has created,
Yeah.
including abominations with these combinations, and me regretting ever letting you all have so much experience to spend on shit. Not actually. This is actually a
No.
very back and forth fight, and I'm
Okay,
enjoying it
cool,
very
cool.
much.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see what I draw. Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay, so it does 1 additional stress. So
Yeah, that's 1 additional stress on this, and I'm basically intensify this with another pyromancy attack on using the queen for this. So he is just like one hand wielding that sword, and your other hand like just basically shooting like super hot fire against her, so that the water around her is just going out in steam.
you're literally evaporating a portion of a river, feeding like verdant fields with how much fire you have.
Yes.
So what is the total? What is the stress total for each hit? Because they're both going to go through with no other issues.
Okay. So for everything in total, that would make it
Something
5,
absurd.
5, 4, that's 14, if I'm correct there.
Right. So the first instance is a crit plus 1, correct? So
Yes.
it would be 10.
Oh, true. Hmm.
So it would be 10 plus the 1 because of cascade. So that's 11. Because of the resistance, it does 5. So that's 5 stress that goes through. And then the second one is another 5, which drops down to 2 stress.
Okay, cool.
So that's a total of 7 between all your attacks, which, Juvie, that is the exact amount of stress she had left. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to end on before we go to break. The 4 orbs that have been floating around her rupture and crack. And you watch, she says, fine then. If we really, really want to go down this path. And you watch as she holds her hands aloft towards the sky. I call upon a storm of eld and unleash bolts of lightning to crash down upon my enemies and rend them asunder. As the orbs rejuvenate, 4 new elements, light, dark, thunder, and water, as she has another she has another set amount of stress, and she will have access to all of her abilities. You do not need to knock all of them out, but she has gained 4 new abilities, has regained access to all of them, and has gone back to zone 1, as she is now called a thunderstorm out.
Yeah. By the way, do I get stress of her for the 3 attacks?
No, because
well.
the defense stance only worked for the 1 round.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you watch. Yeah, phase 2. It's phase 2, baby. We're going into second form. As you watch, as the last image before we move into break is the body, which has been the sleeping posture, is now risen up as though it's like a mage holding. And think big, like Avatar state finale of original Avatar series, just floating around. There's 4 orbs that are circling around her. A thunderstorm has now begun crashing along the skyline, but you also see the clouds have begun parting, and a column of sunlight is about to crash down on everyone. And that is where we're going to take our break as we move into phase 2 of this fight, everybody. So we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Snorms. Oh.
You
I
tricked
love
us.
this is my favorite thing about having Ida as a producer, because folks get to return to seeing the cast faces doing absurd things, because Ida is a gremlin. We've discovered that Ida's production style is designated as gremlin.
Yeah, it's fine.
But so, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the second half of our series, of the finale to our Seekers of the Heart Aether RPG campaign here on Horde of Tales. The group has just plowed through all of the stress and been slowly knocking out all of the abilities that Ultima has until they've realized phase 1 is the only one that's done. It's now time for phase 2. As Ultima has called upon a storm of eld to take hold of the entire arena, and has also parted some of the clouds and has now threatened to have an entire column of sunlight just lighting up the entire area. So it falls to Ultima's turn. I would like 2 people to draw me a card.
I'll draw one.
I draw one as well. Oh, 3.
3. Okay.
10.
10. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Let's go with that. I think that does that. That does that. Just have to double check status effect. Yep. So, as Ultima rises up into the air, the fully realized form of this dreamkin, drawing from the power of potential dreams and fears, you also watch as their entire very wispy banshee kind of like form turns to a kind of dichromatic mix of black and white. Almost like a twilight being of some kind has come into existence. Now, the first one you watch as she conjures up a horn, blows through it, and it sounds like a war, like the horn is done for like a war band. You'll watch as appearing out of nowhere, zones 4 and 3, because I think pretty much everyone is there.
Mm-hmm.
You all watch as sweeping across the winding river and the verdant fields, a Leonin war band appears and tramples over all of you.
Magical ability?
It is a magic ability.
I will counterspell this to keep us from taking more stress.
Oh,
Fucking bards every goddamn time.
Sorry,
Every-
you're not actually due for another couple scenes, so just stay in your places, everyone.
thank you so much, Mother Mercy, for keeping this production on track.
Of course, of course.
So here we go.
And then they leave.
So that was 10. Okay.
Good.
You watch as the hammer is summoned back to your hand again. This is a physical attack. Noting that for the record before the bard tries to counterspell
counterspell.
again.
Actions until the
Cannot
next turn.
Counterspell
Yo.
hammer time.
Counterspell hammer time.
The hammer is cloaked in a raging wind that it's just like full spin on it and cast it all across the area. So let's see. Juville,
Mm-hmm.
you are now in zone 1 with Ultima.
Oh fuck. Okay, cool.
Esper and Mother Mercy, you are in zone 5.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Sonorum, you are in zone 4.
8.
And Lysandra, you're in zone 2. You nearly land ass over tea kettle and are almost impaled on a variety of spears that are currently sticking up out of the ground. There's a nice image for you to have to get to imagine.
I
The
imagine like
water-
falling on my butt and there's like a spear that's like right, but like I move my legs just in time to not like get one through the thigh. Like,
And the decoy has been moved to zone 3 because the effect of this is a gale hammer that forcibly shifts the positions of everyone on
Okay.
the field. So that's the first one. Now she is going to take her 4 actions instead of 3.
Oh.
So
Oh, one question.
yes,
Blocked wave of water in zone 2 gone.
yeah, it's been gone.
It's been gone. Excellent.
Okay. So
I can breathe underwater. It's fine.
2 of you are fine underwater. So first one is going to be, yeah, just going to do that. Storm of Eld, make them writhe. I'm going to draw a card, and this will determine something about what hits the field now. There's a jack that I have drawn. So with Storm of Eld, zones 2 and 4 will have bolts of lightning strike down and just light up the entire zone,
Oh boy.
which means Sonorum and Lysandra, you are both going to get hit. This is going to be 4 lightning stress, and you have Beacon 4 on you.
Does fake Lysandra or real Lysandra get
Real
hit?
Lysandra. Unless your
I'm still
decoy effect is
invisible.
kicking in. Oh, you're still invisible. Oh, okay.
So if it's like she has to see me to hit me with lightning,
No,
then
no, it just hits the zone.
okay,
So it's
that's
not
fine.
it's not a visual thing.
That's fine.
Because this is she's controlling the storm to just strike down
And it's
at
just-
random.
It's the 2 zones. Okay, yeah.
It's the 2 zones. Be thankful. This is one
It's
you
fine.
wanted me to draw high on.
I would
because
like
if
to
I drew,
keep decoy anyways.
yeah, if I drew
Um,
low, it would have hit zone 1, 3, and 5. It wouldn't hurt her, but it would hit everyone in those.
Did you take damage?
Yeah. I took 2 damage because I still had 2 armor.
Okay, allow me to take the damage from you.
Aw.
Okay.
This is a very cute moment where we reveal we're bonded.
Yes.
Love it.
Here's the thing, though. There's a reason why Haro, the player, I wanted you to tell me when you, because you're at 5 stress, at least 5 stress taken now, correct?
Yeah, taken, yes. I'm not at 5 stress, but I've taken during the whole time, yes.
In taking the additional stress right now for Lysandra, there is a pulse of energy, a thread that connects the pearl that Lysandra has to you.
Okay.
I'm going to private message you one
Okay.
additional ability you get, because I made one more thing I didn't tell you about as a last gift.
Presents!
Yes, this is a surprise present from the GM. I will send it to you in just a moment.
So cute.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I was like, yes, 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 give me this, give me this.
I like presents. Presents are nice.
So, and just so you know, this is just formalizing all the other stuff I gave you. It still works the way that we said before, but this is now under the title, Folks Benefit. This is the full ability set that Juville has gone. Is called Worm's Pride, which, spoiler, Juville gets access to the Aether burst that Alaric was using on all of you in the other fight, and the flame armor,
Oh.
and one other thing if Juville is willing to pay for it. So that's the first action. The first action is call down lightning. It hits Lysandra. The thread connects. Juville, you feel something awaken inside of you. Not in that way. Anyways, carrying on.
Not in that way.
I had to, folks.
Hmm.
Well, maybe.
Wow.
Jubal
Oh.
can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, because I drew 2 kings during this poll.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
this seems appropriate. Yeah. You watch as she moves her hands and forcibly pulls back the clouds so that a beam of scalding light falls down upon 3 of you. Esper, Sonorum, Mother Mercy. All 3 of you are hit by a column of sunlight. You gain Burn 4 and Disorient 4.
Mm.
Woof.
Also, for the record, this burn does stress equivalent to however many turns are left with the status effect. So when you have burn 4, you will take 4 stress at the start of your turn. Then burn 3, you will take 3, then 2, then 1, unless you get rid of it early.
All right, so burn 4, and what was the other? Disorient?
Disorient 4. It's sunlight. It's like it is, in all seriousness, it is a horrifying sight for Juvie and Lysandra to see the 3 other friends, like, because this is pure, like, unfiltered sunlight hitting your
Mhm.
bodies. That is not something any of you are used to dealing with.
No.
Lysandra literally comes from a plane that has 0 light. Like it's just darkness.
So this
The
is
darkness.
you are children of dark for a reason.
Yeah. Ouch.
Now-
My eyes.
Do I? Yeah. Do I want to do that one? I haven't actually done that one yet. That's a really cool ability. Should I do that? I'm like
Sounds
I'm
painful.
debating
I
if-
don't know. I don't
I mean,
think
it is, but you know,
Right.
What stress was that again?
there wasn't any stress from that. It's just burn 4 and disorient 4 because your flesh
Okay.
is
Conditions.
literally being scalded from your form. The wood that makes up Mother Mercy's body is literally beginning to rot.
Back. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
It's bad. It's
We'll
very
fix
bad.
that. We'll fix
Yeah,
it. We'll fix it.
let's
Makeup department.
So- I'm okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going through with this. I'm so sorry, Ida. So You watch as her form changes to the Triton woman, and she turns to look at, let's see, Esper and Juvie. And it looks as though like she's like fanning herself, like she's conjured like this fake fan. It's like, hello, sweeties. I think it's time for both of you to take a nap. Be sweet. Be nice. Just remember, who's your mommy? You both get sleep 4.
Oh, fuck it.
Damn.
However, you both get to do 2 stress in return, each of you, but you have sleep 4 inflicted upon you now. I also love the fact that Marcus is enjoying himself in chat response to that. You're welcome, Marcus.
Ooh.
Mildred saying,
Ah.
Bobby. Sorry, Bobby. So that is that. And then Ultima is going to use the last action that she has available to her. Gives up a card. She has drawn wards upon herself. That is her turn. She just fucking fried some of you, put some of you to sleep, burned some of you, and defended herself. So, Sonorum, you're up.
All right. Okay.
Burn
Just to
4.
double check. Disorient makes me draw 1 less card, right? Is it?
Yes.
Or okay.
When Disorient 4 kicks in, when you try and target creatures outside your zone. So you will lose the card if you try and hit something outside of it, is kind of how I'm interpreting that.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you
I still
draw the 3 normally.
cards.
You draw 3 normally, but in the moment you try and do it, you'll have to give up one of those immediately in order to even try and target them.
Oh my! Ooh! 625. Okay. I am going to. Okay. Ultima is back in zone 1, right?
Yep. Ultima's moved all the way back, is just literally casting lightning and sunlight down upon you from all the way back.
Why you got to be so far away from me? I'm gonna spend all 3 cards to run up to zone 1 from zone 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
It's just like
The ground is shaking.
Yep.
Yes, I love it.
Also, Sonorum, because you had the burn 4, you took 4 stress at the start of your turn. So now you go down. Now it'll be 3 stress on the next turn. You have burn 3 available, unless you want to spend the potential to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'll spend a potential to get rid of it.
No, it's a potential equal to the debuff length. So if you want to get rid of the full thing, you have to spend 4 potential.
Yeah, that's
Your
why
choices are spend 4 potential or take 4, then 3, then 2, then 1 stress over time.
I'll take the 4 first because I have heavy armor, so it's reduced to 2.
Yep.
I'll tank it.
The rockiest boy is taking it. Okay,
Yes.
Sandra, you're up.
All right.
I think you're the
Well,
only one unaffected by bullshit right now.
look, I asked them to keep her busy. They've been doing their job, so I'm gonna do my job. And I've got one more piece of the stone to get. Luckily, Sonorum with that piece of the stone is where I need to be to get the sunlight with the stone. And so I'm gonna take a movement into zone one, collect his stone. So that's 2.
That's 2 actions. So you have 1
and
action
then
left.
I've got 1 left. And what I'm gonna do is I duck behind Sonorum again. Fake Lysandra is going to sing. We're going to use Entice to push Ultima out of this zone. And then I'm going to re-up my invisibility. So those are just free, right? Like I just used the potential on those. And then So I'm pushing her a zone away from us, so towards Esper, so that he can just like wail on her. Esper and Juvo, I think, are in the same zone. I don't know.
Juville is in
no,
zone 1.
I'm in
Oh,
zone one.
they're asleep, aren't they? Crap.
Also, Juvie's sleeping.
Yeah. Wow.
It's your call. It's
And Esper is in zone 5.
Yeah, I'm in zone 5. I'm
I'm
we'd
way
have to
back.
pull
and Mother
Esper.
Mercy's asleep too. Wait, hold on here.
No,
No.
Mother
What
Mercy. No, there's a lot of devos going on. Let's go through the list of this to be
Yeah,
sure we
yeah.
all have it.
Yeah, just to make
Mother
sure.
Mercy has Burn 4 and Disorient 4, as do I believe Esper and Sonorum.
Mhm.
Esper and Juvie have Sleep 4.
So I can handle
Yeah.
Esper if you want to focus on Juvie.
Okay. So then, okay, this changes what I'm gonna do. I'm going to stay invisible. Juvie's in 1 though, right?
Mhm.
So I've got blind strike. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teleport to Juvie so I don't have to move. I'm gonna, sorry, Juvie, I'm gonna give you the weakest slap right now and then take half that damage.
Okay,
Wait,
it's okay. I can take
yeah.
it.
Because it says they wake up if someone else uses an action to wake them, or they take damage. So you can it is a slap that doesn't have to do damage unless you would like to deal damage.
I don't want to
Juvie.
deal damage, but this doesn't
Okay.
cost me anything, so I'm still invisible.
It just costs you the 1 action to wake
and then
them.
and then I'll the 1 action to wake, and then I'll grab the stone from Sonorum. And I guess I don't know if getting the sunlight is another action or not.
As in once you're at the altar trying to interact with it.
Yeah.
So you see there are 5 slots for the stones.
Mm-hmm.
So it will take an action each to put them in.
Okay.
So you
So-
have enough actions left over. You could start that and put in 1 at least.
How about we do this instead? So I've done that part. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to bitch slap Ultima, to use affliction to stun her, and so she can't move, and then I'll use my entice to push her out of this zone.
That is a nasty combination. I like
And
it.
then I will go back to invisible. So
Juvie
using
just
the same
wakes up.
potential-
Someone invisible is just like, wake the fuck up, Juvie. Wake up. It's like, what?
Sandra, make a
Sorry.
great
Sorry.
Okay, so that is Lissandra's turn. It is now Mother Mercy's turn. Mother Mercy, at the start of your turn, Burn 4 goes off.
True, yeah.
You
Ouch.
part of your body is being scalded, literally, by sunlight.
So fire does double damage against wards, right?
It does +1 damage.
+1. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm interpreting that as it's doing an additional
Mm.
damage
Yeah.
for each instance of damage. It's 1 instant, so it's doing 5 stress to you, is how I'm going to rule it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Eldritch could also rule that another way. I think this one makes sense based off of what they wrote. Rules is written and interpreted.
So that just takes out my wards, thankfully. I get to heal another one from my regeneration from the stress I've taken from previous rounds. So I'll get back to regular dueling, even though I've not used that, I think, once. I'm going to use an action. I've drew 2 4s. I'm going to use an action to try and wake up Esper in my zone.
Okay, yeah. You can use that action to wake up Esper. Yeah, Esper, you're having a time. You just see a scalded Mother Mercy just looking over you. It's like, wake up, dear, wake up.
What?
You still have more lines. So, you know.
More lines.
Yeah.
More lines.
So you get out there and you show them what for. And I'll use my 4. I'll discard that to get another set of wards up for myself.
Okay, is that it for your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
You're holding on to another action again, aren't you?
I can't because I only drew 2.
Oh, right. You
Yeah.
use the 2 in order to make sure you get. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
now on your next turn, you will have the normal 3 draw again.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Great.
So that now it is Esper's turn. You are all the way back at zone 5.
I'm all the way back at zone 5. Okay, let's get everything together. Drawing cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I drew a 10, an 8, and a 2. I am going to spend an action, which is the 2 and 1 potential, to take heal that condition, get rid of burn. Because it's real bad.
Well, because this is your first turn getting hit by burn, correct?
Yeah.
So you would take 4 stress,
I
but you're
take
resistant,
4.
so you take 2.
Take 2.
So to
And
get rid of the
then
burn, you have to spend 4 potential.
I have to spend 4. No, I have heal.
Oh, you're using heal. Right.
I'm using
Okay,
heal.
yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot.
one
you have a
potential-
special way to get around this. God
Yeah,
damn it.
1 potential, 1 action, boom, like status condition gone. So I'm doing that on my first turn, but I only took 2 stress, right?
Yes.
Which gets 1 regenerated from my innate and then 1 regenerated from my cloak. So that wipes away the stress I took from burn.
Paladin clerics are not fair to fight. I swear.
Yeah,
Clerics are not fair to fight.
They're not. So that gets rid of burn. And then disorient is the one that causes me to be down 1 card, right?
If you attack something outside of your zone, which
if
if you
I-
even want to try and hit her, you would have to do
Ooh.
that unless you spent. Yeah, you would have to spend 3 in order to even get into the same. To get into the same zone, you have to spend 2 to get within reach distance.
Okay.
And because she's out of your zone, you would lose the last card anyway. So that's where you're at.
So range, how many zones is my longbow?
You have range to hit it.
I do have range to hit her. I'm gonna go ahead and burn the 8 really quick. And another potential. Ooh, these healing potentials are like,
they're so
rough.
stressed about using a potential.
I'm so stressed. And then that wipes away the disorient. And what I'm going to do is it's like, and then fire with the longbow that Mother Mercy gave me because I'm doing an attack. I get +1 additional card because I have flanking, because I have a
because Mother Mercy's right next
because
to
Mother
you, but
Mercy's
you
right
don't
next
get
to
the
me.
benefit of it because of disorient. Oh no, wait, but
But-
you spend it before it. So yeah, you do get the benefit.
Yeah. No, I'm strategizing.
We're trying.
Like, and then I unleashed my trap card. I got a king.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck's sake.
I got a king, and I am firing off, attacking with wrath, using my longbow, not smiting. And I'm inflicting 5 stress, and inflicting beacon 5, and healing 1 stress from any kind of counterattack if they're using a defensive form.
No counter form.
Okay, just making sure. I
So-
know that's a thing.
So you pierce through the wards and the armor, because also gained back armor that turn as well.
Okay.
So your 5 damage just gets eaten up.
Hopefully the beacon helps. And then I think that was, how does this work? So I still have this 10. Does this just get discarded because it's a bonus card, or is this another action?
It is another action. So long as you have cards to burn, you have actions.
Okay, excellent. And then a 10 is a success. So I'm going to burn this 10 for another attack and fire off another arrow.
Okay.
Not spending any potential again, so it's just going to be 5 stress, and then beacon for another, and hit it, extend the beacon status effect, however that works.
Okay. That is Esper's turn. Spending whatever you could just to get rid of all the stuff I put on you.
Just like
Uh,
firing off 2 arrows. Like
Juvie, you're
Yeah.
up. Your call what you're gonna do.
Okay, from the abilities that you sent me, I will permanently lock out one of my
One of your
skills.
skills.
Yes.
You don't get this back. This is the equivalent of using like a heroic sacrifice, heroic
Mhm.
sacrifice in the system where you
Yep.
permanently say no to one aspect of yourself in order to do something. As
Yep, that's okay. That's okay.
yeah, so you activate the last ability, which is the last ability everyone is called Worm's Fury, where Juvie gets to draw another 3 cards and take an additional action on your turn for using any of those 3 cards. So they forgot to add in that amount. But
So 6 cards in total.
yep, the second set of 3 is specifically for that one action, extra action you take. Also,
So, yep.
if it's an attack, you also get an additional card for beacon.
yes.
Oh.
So-
Strategic.
I love
I
this.
did this on
Also-
purpose, y'all.
Also-
this is
Haro.
Yep.
If you're choosing to make use of this feature, feel free to describe when I previously asked you the other day what form Juvie would have taken if he had been like Alarix. What does Juvie look like as he uses this ability?
okay. I'm trying to remember what I told you.
I remember sexy was used at some point throughout this description.
Sexy
So
dragon.
I don't think that I use sexy as this.
No.
I used the word sexy. I didn't say you did. I said
The rest
I
of us
did.
did.
The word sexy.
But we know everyone in this game is sexy, so sexy and hot.
Accurate.
I tried. I really did.
You succeeded.
You see how totally red Angela got for this?
Shut all of you. I will fucking cast down another lightning storm on my next turn. I will not refrain from casting lightning on all of you.
Oh no! This combat of this game we love will last longer. How
Oh
terrible.
Okay, so Lysandra woke Jewel up, and I think I'm still prone on the ground. So I will spend 1 card to get up, or 1 potential, or whatever I need to use for this. It
Use
doesn't matter.
1 card.
I'm using 1 card. Fuck that. I have enough cards. Slightly nodding towards Lysandra and focusing his view on Ultima. And since Lys is directly standing or sitting or whatever beside him, she can actually see how there are scales forming up on his left side of the face, like slightly growing up there and over, forming around his neck, and the arm on the same side is slowly turning into a dragon claw and ripping apart the rest of the clothing that is on this arm.
Our goals have been
We
accomplished.
got it. Our goal,
The
campaign goal has been
now.
achieved,
Oh,
everybody.
Thank you for
We
joining
did
us,
it.
everyone.
We did it. We got ripped up Juvie. I don't even care if Ultima gets wiped out in 1 turn now. I don't care anymore. All has gone well.
It doesn't matter. This is
You are horrible people, like, for real. Yes, so like, yeah, basically forming a dragon claw up, and yes, he will unleash a round of attacks. And you know what, I'm just reading this. I didn't draw a king, but I drew an ace and a 2, which is basically a sequence.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I hadn't accounted for that. That is a sequence.
So
Doesn't
I
that count
could
as a-
even take like 2 more attacks. So does it mean I need to draw again?
You use what you have, but this
Okay.
is gonna fucking hurt. Oh
yeah.
god. This
Ooh.
I was joking, but this might actually, because of how our Juvie hits, be a
No,
full.
Oh yeah.
No thanks.
Wow.
No.
No, thanks.
Just count up that stress and tell me what you're using. If any of them are mid success or lower, if they're all just full success from what you've drawn, then just tell me what the final stress amounts are and I'll adjust it for whatever we're at.
Okay, since fire is only you taking
Before you tell us what you drew, can I use potential to allow Juvel to redraw the 2 lowest cards?
I'm going to say yes. And here's the thing, Caro, I will let you keep the sequence.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
If sequence specifically written out says like when you draw,
Yeah.
Yep.
Lysandra does not invalidate that by using her ability. It's a redraw, meaning you already had to have drawn for the sequence anyway. So to me,
Okay.
rules how I'm interpreting it, you keep the sequence and you get the redraw.
Okay, cool. This is more than I can handle, but it's okay. Okay.
You're good. You're doing great,
using-
sweetie.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will, since soul forging is dealing the most damage here, and she's just eating up the half of the fire damage, so I'm using the soul forging on 4, making it a spell sequence in total, which is a crit in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Math, everybody. Math.
I'm trying to make a cascade out of it. Let's see. Yeah, it's just
you
a
have a
4,
cube.
so that's
That's an additional stress.
yeah, it's 5 stress on that.
So 5 stress.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will do another slash with the sword. And you can see basically with every slash, it seems like as if the energy just grows more. It will be another 4 stress. So wait. How many turns can I even take?
It's 9 stress.
Yeah.
You have your 3 actions.
Yeah, 3
you have
actions.
3 total actions plus the one that you did
plus
and the
2.
set of 3. Yeah.
So 6 actions in total. Wait, we are just calculating through that shit. 5,
Good
4,
God. 9.
4 is 13. Let's give another 4.
17.
17. So that's 5 actions. 4 actions. Another 4 is
21.
21. Yes, and another one is 25, and I'm spending 5 potential to make a spell blast, like on top of it.
Jesus Christ.
Can I do anything else?
Did you just ascend to
More?
godhood? I think you just ascended to
not
godhood.
godhood, but ancient worm fucking. I regret
think
giving
you're
you
a
that
dragon
additional
deity.
action. I thought narratively it would be sweet. No, I made an error. Jesus Christ.
Here's a new
Behold my
Oh,
final
behold
form.
the power of a pissed off dragon.
Oh, might as well be a god.
Ultima picked the wrong fight.
Also, Mercy, how is your stress looking?
I've got like, hold on. I think I've got like 2 stress on me. No, I've got 1 stress like on me.
Okay, cool. I think
Yeah.
everyone else fine so far?
You took all my damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I regenerated all of mine.
Sonorum?
No, I have 8 stress.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'm using my transference, spending one potential on this and taking but let me check how much I can maximum. I think it's only 2 that I can maximum take.
That's fine.
Which is still a lot, but you know.
So at the end of your turn, Juvie, with all of that damage calculated,
Mm,
she has 1 stress left.
Okay, yeah.
Sonorum just slap some sense into her.
Yeah,
real
Sonorum, I'm
quick.
taking 2 stress off you.
All right. Thank you.
So
You know what? If she has only 1 stress left, I could actually use another spell blast to finish her off.
Oh,
Finish her in my Mortal Kombat voice.
it might as well. So
Hurt Sonorum to kill his friend, his old friend.
Let's not give
Okay.
Sonorum that trauma.
Juville, the string of blade strikes ruptures all of the orbs. It absolutely decimates her. I'm going to ask an important question here. Do you aim to kill?
I know she might be important to Sonorum. And there was this conversation we had in the dream, which was kind of a little bit awkward, but like, you know.
Great, I loved it.
Juville's going to be the partner that's like, I don't know if I like the movie, and Lissandra's going to have to convince him. No, like, think about, like, the writing was pretty good, the effects were pretty decent.
Yeah.
They're out on a date together. Juville's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
No, he will not kill her. He is super pissed and super angry and just wants to see the rest of the group safe and out of the fucking sunlight. So, but he will not kill her because there is this little sadistic part in him that would love her to beg for her life.
So, folks, all of the strikes happen, and you see her collapse to the ground. And bear in mind, the next turn, I had quite a lot of abilities ready to fire. She was about to use Dichromatic Malignance again. Has an ability called Enervating Shadows that sucks out 4 stress and heals her for 4 stress.
Oof.
And she was about to do Tidal Smite again to heal for another 4 stress. This was about to be really bad. She collapses to the ground. The clouds return, but no longer storm. No longer a storm present in any of them, no gray, nothing. And there is what seems to be the faintest return to the form she had that Sonorum saw in their memories. There is a genuine look in her eyes of resignation. And you hear them muttering something to the effect of like, just finish it. Just let me move on. Just end this. I've had to miss them long enough.
The Norum will step up towards her and crouch down in front. And then they're gonna use empathy, their empathy, in order to go into her mind and tries to see if her words match what she really wants inside.
So Norm, how many skills do you still have available? As in haven't been locked out by stress yet?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Okay. I would like you to draw me 6 cards.
Okay. uh, okay. 8, 7, 10, ace, queen, 6.
You drew a queen. You can play that.
All right. Yeah, I'll play the queen.
You have a vision of someone who, watching their, you go through her memories and you see years passing by, watching her friends deal with the strain of holding on to what they did to you in particular, of asking you to bear that burden. This is someone who, remember, this is a dreamkin. Dreamkin are often very accursed beings, but some of them are also born simply from wandering the realm of dreams and becoming a manifestation of what is possible. It seems in Ultima's, as your case, as you're going through her memories, there's this sense of, after the incident with you and friends departing, she went back to where the memorial was. After you get the sense, after all of her friends, and probably the last one was Esper's ancestor, passed, of just, remember from the very first, from the very second episode I mentioned, Memoria is a curse catalyst, that the worst thing that it does is it locks someone into an emotional state. And in grief, all she could focus on for you don't know how many hours, days, weeks, months, maybe even years, all she could think about was, with her access to the realm of dreams and being a wanderer who could see other people's hopes and ambitions, all she could see was what people couldn't accomplish, over and over again, on an infinite loop, stuck in that moment. You're not sure what they might have felt otherwise, but that is the most like overarching feeling you have, is this sense of being solidified into that moment of grief.
Getting that, Sonorum is gonna focus into Helena's mind and speak like they did in the dream. And they will say, I am sorry. In our attempt to protect our world, we did not take into consideration your feelings, your emotions, your attachments, our attachments with each other. I made the choice. I thought it was a sacrifice for myself, but it was a sacrifice for you too. We are the last of our companions. They have all passed. Our curse is immortality. And I am sorry to have left you there alone. But you will not be alone anymore. You fear that our companions will go unforgotten. But with you, your memories, and mine that I have, we can make sure they live on in memories for everyone. We can be a monument of their sacrifice. You want your life to end. You want the pain to end. As my final apology, I will grant it but you will not be alone. I will go with you. I will bring you to the beyond where they will wait for us, and there we shall have bliss again. Do you accept?
In reaching out to her, Sonorum, in this way, offering her what she thinks she wants, the visage cracks, the front breaks. Why do the people I care about always leave? And there is a full return to who she was before. And she's just there crying, weeping, holding on to you as one of the last friends still alive in this world.
And Sonorum will hug back. And I'm
There
going
is-
to, oh, so yeah,
No,
you
go,
finish.
go. No, go.
All right. And I think for this, I'm going to spend my 5 potential to do my limit break. And all of you see the crystals begin to glow on Sonorum's back. And all of you hear in your heads a voice that goes, "We may not have much time together, but I have treasured our moment together, what we have accomplished together for this world. Keep it safe, but I must go back to my family now. I must make sure that they are not forgotten. I had thought that just doing good and protecting this world was enough, but it is not. What use is sacrifice if no one is there to watch and to understand what was given in order to protect all that is good in this world? I must go be with my family now." And as the glow begins to enhance, Sonorum will encase themselves and Helena in this large crystal construct. Close up. And the purpose of this is that this crystal is now a repository of all the memories that Helena and Sonorum have. And anyone who comes within it will feel a sensation in their mind. And if they were to touch the crystal, they will experience all of their memories of their group, their actions, their sacrifices, everything they've been through, the good times, the bad times, the sad times, the anger, everything. It is now a living memory of everything that they have given to save their world.
As the crystal forms, Lysandra, you watch as each of the heartstone pieces placed into the spots that you've put them. There's a bead of light that emanates from each of them to form almost a set of threads. And the crystal, also this living repository of memories, connects, and the heartstone is refused back together. And you see that there is a singular streak of light, of sunlight, that comes down. And you watch as the heartstone, fully repaired, fully rejuvenated with sunlight, has an image present in it of a smiling Helena, of Sonorum, and of all of the friends that they had. not forgotten in grief and in misery, but remembered for what they were willing to do to make sure this world carried on. And you see as all of you turn to look at and take in what's just happened, the graveyard of various tossed aside broken weapons, you see that there is a field of people, spirits who all remember what this journey has been like. Some of them have a very formal presence to them of almost like a salute to being like, you have done us all proud. And some of them have the like, you did it. There's many a bisexual finger gun that has been directed in your direction.
Incredible.
Ah, yes, the bisexual pirate greeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
in this moment where one of your party has chosen to become memories, the rest of you have accomplished your task. And I must say also, Juvie, your body is not looking good still. I would like to ask Kara the player, not from anyone else's input, just you the player. What do you want Juville's story to be at this moment? What do you want the capstone for their story in this moment to be? Please, please tell me you're laughing because it's going to be very gay. I'm really okay with this.
Yeah, so during this fight and like all the hours from beforehand, Juville's body took like a lot of damage since, yeah, I said before, it wasn't made to contain all the magical energy, and it's just like over the time this started and now to this point, it just grew and basically outgrew the capacities that this body can even handle. So, and from where the clothing got ripped apart when he partly transformed to and got these dragon parts, you can see that there is just blackened out skin underneath from this. So he knew this since a while, but just didn't told anyone. It seems a bit unfair to rip Sonorum of like this moment right here and giving the rest of the group another thing where it's like, so yeah, you already lost one of your of the party, and you might lose another one.
It's your choice. That's why I'm asking. I'm not telling you the body's gone. I'm asking you, in light of Sonorum's choice, in light of what you feel, not necessarily with the party, but just what do you feel best? You can take what you feel towards the party, but what do you feel best for Juville in this moment, given all that?
We have talked about this a lot. And I still would like to stick to this.
He's gone.
So
if I may add in one skosh of gay, tragic skosh, okay. The last thing, Juville, you see looking to your friends, they can tell like the body is breaking. There's not much that can be done really. But the last thing you see, Juvie, before gone entirely is Liz. You just see Liz's face. You see Lysandra's face looking at you. And the body breaks. And the last sound you all hear in Juville, there is faintly a dragon roar, one of pride. For those of you, for those we have lost, and also for those who carry on, for the succinct, brief, but necessary epilogue to this story. What do the three of you who remain do? Brief. I would stress brief. What do we see as you make the trip back down?
I think Mother Mercy, having believed that the afterlife was a performance, but what she saw today was just pure, I mean, emotion. It was very raw, it was very real. And I think this sort of veneer is down. And I think she, for the first time, regards the mortality of her friends, and just stays in very close. It sticks very closely to Esper and Lysandra, as though they were about to shatter like glass if one bad thing happens to them, but doesn't really say anything.
In the journey on the way, Esper is going to hug and hold Lysandra. And just, if she wants to cry, let her cry. Because this is not the ending. He's going to say this is not the ending either of us expected. But I'm here for all of you. I feel like my heart's breaking in 1,000 pieces.
Lysandra will like reach out to include Mother Mercy in like a group hug. And she's definitely crying, but she pulls the pearl out of her pocket to show it to them. And we'll just start singing a really sad, haunting melody, but it's got just the lightest hint of like hope in it. And, you know, as she does that, the pearl starts to glow and there's an outline of a dragon's egg on it.
Make the journey back to whatever lives you end up having after this point. Well, that is a story for another time. But Umbra does not soon forget the efforts of one Sonorum, one Juville, one Lysandra, one Esper, one Mother Mercy. And as we, in much the same way this journey began, see the camera pull back, dancing across each of the layers. Layer of in which the pirates have rolled over is there's still a lot of chaos there. It's kind of the consistent thing for that layer, but it's a little bit more under control and less belligerent and less terrible. No one like Alaric has risen up in the aftermath. And like most folk down there get the sense that Lysandra is just not going to let any of that stuff go by. And Lysandra, Wilhelmina, Willie does. At any point you need comfort or support is there for you. Mother Mercy, Sawyer has decided that in the near future, he would like to put on his final performance and he would like you to be the director for it,
I
you have-
accept. Yeah.
as you have long earned that right in his eyes. Esper, you return the sun. Sun gardens are beautiful, radiant. It's strange in a way. They're among some of the first places to feel the life, the energy of the Heartstone begin to seep back into the world. And for whatever reason, at some point, you swear you catch a glimpse of somebody who looks remarkably like you appear somewhere. It's just a wisp of a person. But you turn after you feel something slightly heavy on your back, and you realize that the kind of holster you had for the greatsword, it's full again.
Oh,
The great. You have no one is around. The only thing you notice is you see that person, and you also see them with someone else. You see them with Gwen here, with the blue quartz. Sort of looks you over, gives a wink, almost like an acknowledgement, and then just carries on. And there's a very, in returning home as well, you have a moment of, for whatever reason, there's a very transmask, nervous, draconic humanoid looking for you, and you hear Xerxes excitedly pulling up someone who said that they're looking for you.
mhm.
Oh,
And what unfolds from that can be whatever you would like to imagine, as Percy is very fond of you. And as the camera swoops back up to the summit, there's a moment where it's almost like two separate shots. So imagine like movie cinematic where you're having like one scene with the right side playing out something. The right side is showing wherever Lysandra is currently resting now.
mhm.
You wake up and you see the pearl is gone. And you see on the summit of the mountain, there's an egg that cracks open. And Juvie, you look up. It's the first sign of everything being on the summit. And you see, as the clouds part, sunlight not quite hitting you directly, but part just enough for you to see high above in the sky, floating islands. Many people's riding around in what appear to be very, think Horizon Zero, Udon sort of style, like mechanical birds and such. There's maybe another world to explore out in the skies above. But as I said before, that is a story for another time. And that is where we close Aether Seekers of the Heart, our Aether RPG campaign here on Horde of Tales. I want to thank everybody on my wonderful cast who has brought me an inordinate amount of joy, and I have been deeply humbled and honored to run this game for y'all. It is my first time running this system, so obviously mistakes have happened, but this system has been so wonderful and treating us just so great in so many different ways, and in depth to so much to Eldritch Crow for actually having let me have a copy of it when I couldn't afford it, just to see what was happening. I still had to get you the money for that to pay back for the copy, because oh my god, people should play the system. There's so much in it. There's so much chaos you can do, as Jenna's shown. There's so much overpowered bullshit you can do, as Hector has shown. And then there's just straight up, hey, do you not want to be the center of attention but still also be really great? Sonorum and Mother Mercy. Oh, also, do you just want to do one thing really well? Like, Vildid, you could do that very well. Actually, at the end of it, it was two things very well. I burn things and I stab.
Yeah.
But
I
Branched
thought I had
out.
the stabbing covered.
I
Or-
mean, you need to adapt at some point.
for the last time, everybody, say who you are, where we can find you in stories beyond this place. My name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, her pronouns. I've been your proud shadow weaver. And you can find me starting next Wednesday as of this VOD. So next Wednesday, it'll be 25th, 24th, I believe it is, where I'm going to be running Afterlife Wandering Souls, where our own fantastic producer, Aida, is going to be one of the cast, where it's going to be whatever emotional intensity this last bit of this session was, it's going to be that all the time for the other game. That's me. Hector, if you want to take it away.
Hi, I am Hector Manuel Reyes. I played Esper, first Guardian of the Sun Gardens. And you can find me on Mondays for the rest of this month and into June on Girls Run Worlds. For Mermaid Mondays on Touch of the Ocean. We're playing Glitter Hearts Mermaids. And we're having a great time over there. It's run by Philippa, who is amazing. And please come see us there, enjoy us, and join me and a lot of amazing femme and women creators over at Girls Run Worlds. Tell stories on Mondays at 11 a.m.
Pass it on over to Chaos Incarnate Jenna.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenna, she, her pronouns, and you can find me on Tales from the Forgotten Trope. We're playing our regular Masks game, which is superheroes set in the 1950s on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In June, we'll also have a 3-session Tartarus Gate game that's for charity for the Trevor Project. So it'll be the last 3 Mondays in June. So catch us then, and we're gonna play space interns. So
Next up, the sweetest, softest rock boy that is turned to crystal now, Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nick. You can find me on all social media as NicksNat1, the number 1. Not really appearing in any other APs yet because I'm going to be busy for the next few months with real life stuff. But you can usually find me on my Twitch, also the same name, where I stream and occasionally run games for a Malaysian-based TTRPG server called Nightshade Tavern. So I have no fixed schedule for that. Pop up whenever you can, I guess.
Pass it on over to the incomparable and always lovely Kestrel.
Hi, I'm Kestrel. I have been Mother Mercy. And this Sunday, I'm going to be over on TTRPG, TEATRPG, playing Apocalypse Keys with a few wonderful people, they're not as wonderful as this group, where I'm playing a tiny little baby scaredy cat who can do so much damage if she gets out of control. And it's been great being here. Thank you for watching.
Last but not least, our freshly hatched new dragon boy, Karo.
Yeah, hi, I'm Caro. And I played Jewel. You can normally find me on Twitter under Blind Unrivaled, but also tomorrow on Metapod Studios, where I'm, after like a bit over a year of not jamming anything, step back into the shoes, and we're going to play Scream the Horror. The exact game where you will say, yeah, why are these people are doing this in a horror movie? And the cast will just do this.
Perfect. Love it.
Other than that, here on Hot of Tales, you can still sign up for our Women in Gaming Month as a player if you're a woman or a femme represent. Then you are all then welcome to join the tables. We're having a bunch of wonderful game hosts that are offering a variety of really cool and interesting games. So if you don't know what to do during June and you say like, oh yeah, maybe trying out some new games, having all femme/women tables, this is your thing to go. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. We're doing this for the 4th time right now, so it's going on since a while.
And as I said before, thank you again to our wonderful producer, Aida, for entertaining us
Thank
with
you,
background
Aida.
commentary and hopefully not cringing too hard at me riffing on her character in certain ways. But thank you, everybody, for giving space for this story. We hope that you will continue to support stories like this, both for EU-based stories, for stories that come out of RPGC and LATAM, and just keep supporting these kinds of spaces, keep supporting these kinds of stories where in times that are quite dreadful for a lot of us queer folk, for a lot of us trans folk, where many of us, especially stateside, are facing open oppression and threats to our lives. It's kind of nice to know that some of our other worlds we can imagine include nice moments like a siren and a dragon possibly getting together, the softest rock boy being there, a construct being the belle of the ball in kind of every instance she's in, and me, the GM, getting to sneak in one last omen right at the end where Hector gets his character's falls in love thing. Go me. I would. Thank you, everybody. We got to go because we are way over time. Love you
Yes.
all, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.